So I'm sitting in my car in the back behind the barber shop, and the owner comes outside and he was like, it's this lady at the front who wants a haircut. She said she wanted it all cut off. She said she wanted cut off because she feel like it's some spell work done on her through her hair. And initially I'm like, oh my God, like, man, come on. I don't have time for this. But at the same sense, I do remember like 3 days or a few days prior that I had prayed to God and I was like, Lord, I'm just ready for divine connections in my life. And so I go in the barbershop from the back and I'm like, okay, as I'm walking in, I'm praying like, yo, Lord, just give me the strength for whatever and protect me because I do believe in spiritual transfer. And so I cut the corner and I realized it's a lady that I used to see at Paul Mitchell all the time. She used to come in there and get her hair done all the time. She used to come in and get relaxers and just different things she would come in there and do. And I had seen her several times in Paul Mitchell. And just so happened she's in the barbershop that day. Initially I was like, you know me? And she was like, of course I know you. And I'm like, oh wow, divine connection. The same thing that I just asked for. And so when you initially see Miss Carolyn, right, you'll see this lady on two crutches that can barely walk and can't walk without her crutches. Like she's a handicap. And so most of the time we'll take, you know, we'll take judgment in situations like that. We'll look at them and be like, okay, this person is delusional. This person is crazy or whatever the case may be. What initially our mind will say when we see somebody that doesn't look the way, we look, or especially when they're saying something about somebody's doing spell work. But when I saw her and I knew it was a divine connection. And so before I cut Miss Carolyn's hair, she began to explain to me why she was cutting all of her hair off. And she decided to tell me that her caregiver, the person that she was staying with, she felt as though they were trying to sabotage her life and cause uh, issues and things like that in her life. And she felt like they were doing spell work to her to cause her to be crippled and things like that. I won't go into a full detail, which is why I had the video on mute. But I did ask Miss Carolyn, was it okay if I shared the background history of this video just to see if I could help people? So if you're going through stuff, like, man, don't be afraid to share that with somebody. Like, let it out. So as you can see, during the debulking process, we're going and we're cutting all of Miss Carolyn's hair down for the initial cut. Um, and you're going to see Miss Carolyn begin to pour out her heart. She is just talking up a storm and she's just letting it all out, and she's just allowing me to be her outlet at that moment. And I think in barbering, that's one thing that we fail to do. We fail to make our clients the center focus of the surface. Yes, the haircut is important. Yes, the money is important. Yes, we need to be paid for our time. But the most important thing is the person that is sitting in your chair. And if they are not able to let out their frustrations with you and trust you during the process of that haircut, then we need to take the time to reevaluate why exactly we're doing what we're doing. Because I don't feel like God gives us skills to hold on to them and gives us gifts to hold on to them and not share them with other people. I have the gift of listening. And as you can see, I'm just allowing my gift as a hair cutter and my gift as a listener to be used in this young lady's life. And the more I cut, the more she began to pour out. The more she began to release, the more she began to let go. And all of that hair that came all off at once was so satisfying to me. And I was just like, okay, one thing I do know about God, whenever he gives you something, he gives you something for you to give it to others freely, just like he gave it to you. And so he blesses you and them at the same time. And so as I'm being a blessing to Miss Carolyn, she's being a blessing to me because I'm able to make this content for you guys. So as you can see, Miss Carolyn going 100 miles an hour, yo. She just talking and she just letting it all out. And the more she talked, the better she felt. And after we finished cutting it down and everything, I took her to the shampoo bowl, gave her a complimentary shampoo, and we kind of did this mantra of all of the evil spells and anything that was attached to her hair was no longer attached to her and was actually flushed down the drain. Anything that was attached to that hair and during that shampoo, we were able to get it off. And as you can see, Miss Carolyn still gritting them teeth. She mad. She big mad. But like I told Miss Carolyn, baby, you got every reason to smile. And here you go. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate you. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.